You see, this is why it's looking more like me and African immigrants in America can literally not work together. Like, I can literally not stand to support them. This is some of the reasons why. Now, let it make sense to me that a Nigerian woman, because I saw a lot of Black Americans asking where that woman is from. They don't know a specific country. But the moment I was listening to her clip, because I took my time to listen from beginning to the end, she's she spoke Yoruba at some point of the video, and I now realized that she's a Nigerian. Oh my God, she's a Nigerian. Now, a Nigerian woman, let me explain to you guys in details before I roll out the clip. A Nigerian woman took to social media to address Donald Trump over the issue of ICE agents, blah, blah, blah. At first, when I was watching what she was saying, I was like, yeah, you're actually making sense. Until she got to a particular part where I cannot work with her on that particular part. Because this is one of the things that is making some of these immigrants think they got things covered until it finally escalated. So she started by telling Trump, and of which I don't care. Do you get? She started by telling Trump, oh, if you don't want us here, we can go. Just give us some time for us to go, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, kudos, you're doing well. Until she made this particular statement in Yoruba language. And I speak Yoruba fluently. Okay? That's not my language, but I speak Yoruba fluently because I live with them. Do you get? Where we were staying with my parents before my dad built his own house, there were Yorubas. I don't know. Probably you guys will not understand the Yorubas. I don't know. So I speak Yoruba until she said something like, she said something in Yoruba, and that thing simply means that these people are lazy. After all, we do all the jobs here. If we leave all the jobs behind, you people cannot do it. Americans cannot do it. You know, and I've been going through this back and forth debate with a lot of immigrants about them saying that Black Americans in quotes are lazy. In this particular section, I'm not going to be saying she's targeting just Black Americans alone, but that is what they grew up with. They grew up with this mentality of going to another man's country thinking they cannot do the job. So who told you that once you leave America, there are not people that will do that particular job that you're doing? In that particular job, she emphasized more on taking care of these aged people, taking care of all these their children that are disabled, taking care of American, blah, blah, blah. Americans cannot do it. That was when I got mad. That was when I got pissed off. Because you're already saying something that is going in line, and you now ended up, watch this video. Credit belongs to original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's roll out the clip for you guys, and I'll be back with commentaries. For disclaimers, educational purposes only, because I have a lot of things to say at the end of this video.
The only sin that we committed is that we came to America. We said we are looking for a greener pastures. Our greener pastures are turned to black right in front of us. How long are we going to live like this? President Trump, give us time. We will live. We will all leave America if that's what you want. If that's the way you want it, we will all live. We will leave your country for you and your mothers. Your fathers that are in nursing homes, that are in group homes, your mentally challenged individuals that are in nursing homes. Let's see who is going to take care of them.
Here we go with the
They will all rot.
They go
They
rot.
will all rot.
Now, I'm not exactly sure which immigrant country this woman hails from, but given her accent, I'm going to say she's probably West African and, you know, her phenotype. And hey, the conditions in some of those countries, I understand why people wouldn't want to go back home and why they're crying and crashing out and throwing up and ready to dive off of a cliff at the very idea of being sent back to their beautiful countries that they claim is better and the culture is better and everything is so much richer and better. Yet to get up here and say the nurses and our mentally ill and our people in the nursing home are going to rot if the immigrants from her country or whatever other immigrants leave, is absurd. It is absurd. Now, I don't know where this immigrant, she's African superiority complex, I don't know where it comes from. It is crazy. They're acting as if American people aren't nurses and don't work in nursing homes. I don't even just gotta say black Americans. White women are nurses too. Some other demographics of people that have been here for generation after generation, they're also nurses and doctors and CNAs. Like, why would she make that statement? I'm just like really curious, especially knowing now that we've all heard about Operation Nightingale, which the base for that was primarily in Florida, where a lot of them reside, and then in Texas, it's like a large African population. A lot of Nigerians are in Texas. They've been busted over 76,000 cases of nursing degree fraud. Literally, they've been getting fake certificates and fake degrees. They've been practicing malpractice. Having a lot of them in the nursing field has been dangerous and risky to our health. Like, people don't like to hear the truth, but I don't want somebody that could barely read in English, doesn't speak the language, with a fake degree, with this weird superiority thing going on, taking care of the elders in my family or someone who may need some type of help or assistance. That's dangerous. A lot of them take tests for each other, allegedly, but not allegedly, because they've been busted. Thousands and thousands of them have been busted for having fake degrees and fake certificates. And a lot of us who have had elders that were in nursing homes at a time or two, or that have had to go to a healthcare facility where they were working, did not receive the best treatment. And I'm not going to say all of them are like that, because clearly not all, but a lot of them, they don't have good bedside manner. They don't like us. Not all. So having them to take care of us is not good. There was a video of a immigrant woman, a melanin-rich immigrant woman, beating an elderly man over the head with his own cane. I remember when my great granny, she had to go, and we were devastated because I was taking care of her before she had like another health complication, and right from the hospital, they just sent her there, and she was like crying. She did not want to go. She was like, if I go in here, I'm not going to make it out. And she didn't. The women that worked there were African and Caribbean. I would go there almost every day. I feel like I'm going to cry. They were so neglectful. One time I went there, and like the hospital gowns that they have on, hers wasn't even pulled all the way up. I'm like, why is she sitting here with it down? Like, what is going on? Oh, we don't know. They change shifts. We don't know. We're going to... Like, it was just utterly disgusting. They had nasty attitudes. I remember at one point I was going there so much that they would pretend to be on the phone whenever they saw me coming so that they wouldn't have to answer any questions. Her stay there wasn't that long. It was maybe a couple of months, unfortunately. But those women were not pleasant. And I'm not the only one with these stories. And I'm not saying all of them are like that, because I've absolutely come into a couple that were kind and friendly and did their job, and I'm sure didn't have a fake degree. But let's just call a spade a spade. If you all have to go back home, we have a lot of us that are nurses, that are in school for nursing, and I honestly, I could bet my bottom dollar that the reason why this administration is trying to no longer count nursing as a career, or to be able to get the grants and the loans, is because of all of the fraud committed by Spread Love Vista Brooklyn. What y'all think about this?
What did we do? The only sin that we committed is that we came to America. We said we are looking for a greener pastures. Our greener pastures has turned to black right in front of us. President Trump, give us time. We will leave. We will all leave America. We will leave. Because how many years have you spent? Only 1 year. And everybody is living in fear like this. How many years more? 3 years. Before the father, the children ICE, they are going into people's house to pick people. How long are we going to live like this?
He had a full-on crash out in this video. Honestly, I've re-recorded this a whole bunch of times. I'm trying to figure out how to say this politically correctly, but to be honest with you guys, this is what I really think. I feel like people who have these types of strong feelings about deportation is really just because they come from a place that they don't want to be. Like, I feel like people talk a lot of shit about Americans, especially Black Americans. They talk a lot of shit about us. They talk about who we are, who we aren't, making it seem like, oh, we should wish we was from here. We wish we had this or that or the other. And we're not this, we're not that. And we don't have this, we don't have that. And they have this and they have that. And yet the places that they are basically claiming that we should wish that we were or want to be from, they don't even fucking want to be there. They don't even want to be in these places, and they sit up here crying that they have to be forced back to those places that they don't want to be, that they're telling us that we should want to be from those places. That's the part that fucking irritates me. It wouldn't irritate me if you wanted to be where you from. It wouldn't irritate me. But the fact that you don't even want to be from where you from, you don't want to be in the place of your birth, you don't want to be there, you crying and crashing the fuck out and talk about how Trump is a T-Rest and how he's going to unalive everybody, and you crashing out and freaking out and you just losing your mind because you got to go back to your place of birth that you claim to have so much pride about. That is wild to me. If you was proud, if you showed pride in being from that place and wanting to be in that place, I could see your argument. But when you sitting up here crying and begging and pleading to not go back there, how am I going? I gotta remember to be politically correct.
How grateful we are as people of the world. American may not be grateful to have you, but we are. We are because of you today. Thank you. Mr. President, as an African, as an immigrant, I'm here to say thank you, Mr. President. I'm filled with joy. I watched the family of Masa Amini, a young, beautiful girl with a bright future, was taken away from this earth by that regime. I was seeing some
Somebody hold this woman for me. Somebody hold this woman for me. Hold her for me.
Who just got married.
Hold her for me.
And decided to do a video.
She's either from Ghana or Nigeria or Kenya. Those are the people. Africans. Africans. It is always your Africans. They are, oh, Jesus Christ has come to save us. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Ah. Hi.
Having detectors. Uganda. President Trump, please intervene in Uganda. Get Uganda president out.
So let's make this make sense. So we know how much Trump hates illegal immigrants, right? And I do quotation marks because I think he just hates immigrants in general. We know how strongly he feels about them. His constant rhetoric was always that they're criminals. They come over here and they kill people. But while he was campaigning, he said the quiet part out loud when he said that they are coming over here taking black jobs. I know a lot of people tried to make it seem like he didn't really mean it in that way. He meant exactly what he said. We all know the stereotype that comes with illegal immigrants. People say they come over here and they do the jobs that no American wants to do. These jobs are typically considered to be the bottom of the totem pole. So when Trump says that immigrants are coming over here taking black jobs, are y'all following? Because now with him revoking DEI and the Equal Employment Opportunity Act, which has protected black people from being discriminated when it comes to getting jobs that they are qualified for, once it becomes harder for you to get into certain jobs because jobs are no longer scared to reject people based off the color of their skin,
What do y'all think we're supposed to go back to doing? What do you think we're supposed to do at this point? Because he's going to get rid of all of the illegal immigrants, right? That's his goal. That's his hopes and dreams. To get rid of all of them, to put us where? Put us back in our place, right? Because black people have been climbing corporate ladders recently, and he doesn't understand why. And you know what I noticed? Trump didn't get so heavy into politics until after Obama got into office. And that's when he went on his whole little campaign about Obama wasn't an American citizen and where is his birth certificate and all of this, right? And then after Obama got out of office, that's when Trump decides, I want to be a president. You know why? Because he felt like there's no way a black man should have been a president before me. If he knew the words, if he knew what DEI meant back then, I guarantee you he would have been calling Obama a DEI hire. Not one black person in Trump's cabinet, but black people can come and be the entertainment at his inauguration, right? We sure do know how to do that. We sure can get up there and dance and sing and rap and do all of that, huh? They're not even hiding it anymore. I don't understand how any black person can feel like they align with anything that Trump and his billionaire buddies got going on. I promise you, their whole agenda for black people is to put us right back in our place, right back where we were. We were never supposed to be up here, rubbing shoulders with them. We never supposed to be up in the same room, sitting at the same tables as them. Y'all gotta wake up for real.
Welcome back, guys. I'm going to be starting with the Nigerian woman, because I am a Nigerian, right? I'm going to be starting with the Nigerian woman before I get to the Uganda woman. You know, when something is trying to be arranged, others are trying to scatter it, right? So I'll start with the Nigerian woman before I get to the Uganda woman, and then before I end it, I wrap up with this video. Ownership mentality. That mentality that you have in going to another man's country and thinking that those people cannot do the job you're doing is crazy. Honestly, I don't know where immigrants, African immigrants, I'm generalizing it, African immigrants have this mindset of they can't do the job that we do. So are you trying to tell me that if you literally do not exist in migrating to America, Americans are not going to do the job? Are you trying to tell me that in this particular Nigeria that we are, which is in our own African countries, that we do not have mentally challenged people, old people that we are also taking care of? If you think it was all that rosy and your country is all that good, your country is all that great, why did you move to another man's country? You can go search for that particular video on TikTok. That video she did was actually a 6-minute video where she cried over a lot of things. I don't have issues with she telling the orange man that she will leave. The eyes is disturbing. Okay, I don't have issues with that. But I started having issues when she made that particular comment. And that was where I drew my point from, of saying, we will leave, your old ones will rot. How? How? How will the old ones rot? That I don't have people taking care of? Let's even leave Black Americans in one place. They also have white nurses. They also have white nurses that take care of these old people. You saw that as an opportunity to do the job, to earn more money and go back to your country. You were looking for a greener pasture and you tagged that greener pasture as, instead of green, it is now black. Just because your son, according to your video, sent you a video of a particular is it a particular nurse, male nurse that was unalive, and of which I am not happy about that. I am sorry about that. My problem is you are crashing out. You are not crashing out the right way. If you're fed up, come back to your country. Come to Nigeria. We are going to welcome you. We are not going to reject you. We're gonna embrace you. Come and suffer this insecurity. Come and suffer the lack of electricity. Come and suffer the lack of internet that we've been going back and forth. Before I upload one video, I know what I'm seeing. Come and suffer some police brutality as well. Do you get? I'm not all in support of every single thing about ICE. I don't vibe with ICE. If you guys have been following this channel, And for those of you that have been here with me from day one, I am not ICE agent day one G. I am not the orange man day one G. Do you get? I don't vibe with them. But you as an African thinking that way is absurd. Let's just be honest. Make your point without saying Americans are lazy. Make your point without tagging them that the job you are doing, they cannot do it. You leave America today, you stay in America today, Americans will survive. Americans will look for a way out. Americans will look for everything to do to be able to put something on their table. Do you get? This is not the first time I'm getting a conversation of Americans are lazy. They can't do the job that we do. They can't do the job that we do. There is no job on this earth that anybody cannot do. The only thing is mindset. By the time you leave, in fact, I can tell you for the whole fact that some of the jobs you're doing as immigrants, there are some Americans looking for that job and they are not getting it. Do you know the reason why? Because you as immigrant has occupied that space of receiving a very cheap pay. And them as Americans that know exactly what they need to do and know their worth and value, they can't give them that job because those people paying will not prefer to pay the ones that are coming to take the cheap pay check. Let's get that there. Then let's move to this Uganda woman that was literally applauding, appreciating the orange man. You see, why I keep saying in my videos that you see one problem with Africans is the fact that they idolize white folks a lot. They idolize white folks. Tell me, with every single thing that is happening right now with the US, Israel, Iran, is this the right time for an African woman, a Uganda woman for that matter, to pick up a camera and she's even shedding her crocodile tears, crying and saying, "Oh, President Trump, thank you, thank you, thank you for what? Thank you for what exactly? What are you thanking him for? Are you thanking him for starting up a battle that we're meant to be at peace? Are you thanking him for bringing instability? Are you thanking him for tariffs? Are you thanking him for increasing taxes? Are you thanking him? You're thanking him as an African person for what exactly? You're thanking him because you were literally not in the shoes of Americans. You were not in the shoes of Black Americans especially, and people that never voted for this regime. Right? That was why you're thanking him. You're thanking him because you see him now as, oh, he has done something great. I'm talking about this particular video. I saw the video. I was so irritated. I can't lie to you guys.
How grateful we are as people of the world. American may not be grateful to have you, but we are.
We are, you are, not we. You are, not we. Not we. The problem that people do whenever they want to create video is they generalize everybody as we. We who? We Africans are grateful. No, please. Because I am an African and I am not grateful for that. I'm not grateful that people have to go to sleep with one eye open. I'm not. I'm not grateful that people cannot live their common affordable life that they're living before. I'm not grateful that people are on the streets every single day begging for food. I'm not grateful that ICE agents are whooping axis east, west, north, and south, either documented or not documented, illegal or illegal, or what they call it. I'm not grateful. So people like this that idolize and worship white folks are one of the reasons why a lot of white folks will never have respect for immigrants. And then when they never have respect for them, they turn back and start biting Black Americans. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. Let me know what you think about this particular video. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And guys, with that being said, let me know what you think in the comment section. And with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be seeing back and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.